Welcome back to Sadie Spincraft. So, today's video, or in this video rather, we're gonna dye up some New Zealand top. There's 100 grams here. Somebody mentioned something about pastel pinks, reds. I'm not sure if it was Brielle, either, or somebody else. Ethereal, maybe. I don't know. Hello, you. So, red, I can't help you with. I really don't like red. But I am going to try and use the red to get a pastel red, if that makes sense, next to the pastel pink, and a pastel blue. I have put a lot of vinegar in the water because I was just stood there tipping like, yeah, just keep going, Sarah. So I must have put at least a pint of vinegar in. I've lost plot. I forget what I'm doing. I'm just looking round. I think I was making a brew at the same time. So yeah, I'm going to take you along. Let's just pick some dyes. Like I said, we're going pastels, so this is going to be tricky for me. And I'm going to use some proper blue. I am going to use sour apple for the green. So it's blue, green. I don't really have a red. So the only thing closest to a red I have is the Plum Dandy. So I'll just hopefully get somewhat close from that. And then the pink is going to have to be the deep magenta, because I'd say the Berry Crush was more purple. Don't need grey, don't need soft tan or brown or all like that. So I'm going to use sour apple. So we've got 4 colours, although no, I won't use delphinium because it's got a purple tinge to it. We'll use that blue. Right, so I'm going to do this pause and unpause because I'm going to have to hold on to the camera by hand because the pan is already on the hob. I'm going to start it heating before I put this in. Then I'm going to start with the blue. Or actually, no, the sour apple. Put a little bit of that in. Then add some fibre. Then put in a little bit of the blue. Add some fibre. Put in a little bit of the Plum Dandy. Add the rest of the fibre. And then add the deep magenta. Keep your fingers crossed. I can add 4 grains of each because I've never tried for pastels, so this is going to be a challenge. I'm going to need something smaller than that. Let me look. I'll be back anyway when I start putting dyes on. So I said I was starting with sour apple. I've got this. So we're going to just, that's how much I'm going to use. So give me 2. We'll go across. Wow, you can't even see that. I'm going to have to go more. What? Right, so we're going to use this now. I'm just going to, I don't want too much. Right, that'll do. That'll do. So, in we go. There we go. We got a bit of colour there, look. Just, right. There is a lot of, what do you call it in this? Vinegar, acid, whatever you want to call it. So, we're just going to add that in. And I'm just going to let it go in on its own. Do I? No, we'll push it in. I honestly don't think you can see anything. But what do? I don't know. I don't think there's what I can do other than add more, and I don't want to add more. So this has to soak up whatever's in there. So I can add the next colour. So I'll be back once this has done whatever it's doing, because there is still a bit of green in there because obviously the fibre hasn't soaked anything up yet. But if you look at that fibre, no, it doesn't look green at all. I'm going to add a little bit more. I'll be back in just a sec. So there we go. I haven't added much to it. Let's put light on. Look at that. That's quite a nice pale green, is that? I am going to add just a little bit more fibre, just because we've still got all this and 3 colours. So yeah, I'll be back once I go to put the blue in. Oh. Right, I am going to now add the blue because I think that green is just what I'm after. And then we'll add this to this side. I'm not going to stir it so that that still stays green, but we'll have a bit of blending going on. And it's not going to be even. I'm going to put in a picture somewhere. It'll be 2 or 3 actually that I got off Google that I really, really liked, and they kind of inspired this with the request as well. As you can see, it's starting to heat up now. So I'm going to turn the heat down so that it just keeps it slowly heating while I do this. So I am now going to add this blue. Not a lot of it. Just get some out and we'll pop it in and I'll show you. Bugger and balls, and I've just sugarhead. Right, I've just been talking to myself for about 3 minutes. It's gone in. It's beautiful. I'm going to leave it for a minute. I didn't even put that much in. A tiny, tiny, tiny bit. I even put some back because I felt like I got too much out. So we're going to have a beautiful bluey turquoise pastel here, and we'll go on to the plum dandy next, then for the red, and then deep magenta for the pink. So there we go. I shall be back in a few minutes just to move it along so that we've got the colours. There's plenty of vinegar in there for that to stick and stay. Oh, we've got fluff. Right, I do believe that is now ready to have the plum dandy put in. So that's what I'm just going to get ready. I'll be back in just a sec. So this is the amount I'm going with. Let's just Pop that in there. And just, there we go. So we've got that there, and now I want to add, hang fire, let me just pop this down a sec. So that's the plum dandy. I am really liking this. So I'm going to wait just a sec before I add the deep magenta, and then we'll put the last of the fibre in, and we'll go from there. Who'd have thunk it, you can just move stuff up if you just use enough vinegar. I'm impressed with this. I even like a little bit of brown that the red is creating, and the weird purple onto the blue. But yeah, it's actually more pink and, well, a light red. Yes. Can't wait to see it in daylight and not through a light. Right, I'll be back in just a sec. And so for the mother of all cow bags, this one, I still think that's just a bit too much. There, that's what I'm going with. Right, you ready? Into here. Just look at that. That is well vibrant just from that little bit, and it hasn't all come off yet. Right. Should add this fibre in as close to there as possible. Get that down and in there. See the pink. Look at that. I'll turn you around. It's pretty, isn't it? Yeah, I had ideas in my head, darling. That's why you couldn't play this time. So, there we go. I am now just going to leave this as it is on heat for about 20 minutes. I will not let it boil, and then I shall be back when it's time to wash, because I'm just going to come in, turn it off, leave it to cool, and fingers crossed all the pink will be done. Because if we look at this side, it's clear of all colour. So that's how I would like this side eventually. Yeah. So yeah, I reckon about 20 minutes. Just keep an eye on your heat. Make sure it doesn't go overboard. I've still got that lovely pinky red from the plum dandy, and the beautiful pink from the deep magenta that isn't very deep right now because we didn't want deep. And yeah, I am rather impressed with this. I don't often try for pastels. We'll see what it's like once it's dried. I'm fingers crossed it will be even lighter once it's dried. I've just took my hair out of its plait. Oh, it's so pretty. Sorry. Nice to stir that. Right, are you ready? We got pastels. I want to try again and heat the pot a bit more so that we don't get the running from the other colours as much. But I am so happy with it. It's not staying in this, by the way. I'm going to pop in a picture about now. That's what I'm going to attempt on the drum carder or blending board. I'm not sure which one yet. I'm going to attempt to make those. How I used to make those colours or those patterns when doing marbling as a kid on paper or silk. I'm wondering if I can do marbling on the drum carder or blending board. Just crochet chaining. I did show on the last one how I do this. I do it a lot tighter than what I showed, just because every time I do it, it's different. Coming up to the end. You've got to remember, I don't do pastels, and the reason I don't do pastels is because I've actually got to think about the dye that I put in. So we started with the green, then we added the blue, the plum dandy, and the deep magenta. You can actually see the difference. So let's just put my hair in there. Let me just roll it up so that you can see it all in one. There we go. I am really, really happy with that. Really happy. I've got 200 grams of Perendale that we are now going to go and play with. Well, won't be now for you, it is for me. But yeah, we're going to go and play with the Perendale because I have ideas for the green, the blue and the magenta. I don't want the plum dandy this time, and I'm hoping, I'm not going to jinx it because, well, I wrote it down last night. I want to mix moss green and sour apple, and I want to mix that blue but with delphinium as well to give it a bit of a purple, and berry crush and deep magenta. I'm going to mix them, heat them, put in a part fibre, let that fibre take up that, and so on and so forth. I'll do it as I did this one where I leave the fibre in, but I'm actually going to heat the water so that the fibre soaks up whatever's in there to start off with. And we're having 200 grams. It should, what were I saying? It should, I should have plenty to dip dye with. Well, not dip dye, but to put it in afterwards. So I can do pastels. Everyone's going to think I've copied Tamsin, but I haven't. This actually got suggested to me last dye video, I think. Yeah. So I thought, well, why not? I don't often do pastels. And I'm actually quite liking the blue. I did well with the blue, but it got overtaken by the plum dandy. But it's all good. I like it. I do like it. So, I'm going to leave this one here. thank you all so much for watching. Ugh, my hair is just a lot. Thank you all so much for watching. No matter no, come on, Sadie. Can tell I've not been up long. Right, try again. Thank you to all the returning subscribers. Thank you to all the new subscribers. But I have also noticed that quite a few of you that watch aren't actually subscribed. So if you fancy, you can hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any more crazy random uploads. No matter where you are in the world, whether it's morning, afternoon, evening or night time, I want you to do what you love doing. Love and hugs to all you fantastic people out there. I will definitely see you all again soon. Goodbye, my beautifuls. Mwah.